And that is how Luke Skywalker and his team defeated the Empire, creating balance yet again. And that's why we call you Princess Leia, after the princess. Oh, I'm sorry, that's right. We're supposed to be doing the gold and silver show. Today, we're going to be talking about price action. Charts, yes. What about prices you could actually get in real life in markets that you could sell into? We're also going to be going over a little bit of goodies right here. And what's in this? Well, let's take a quick look, and we're going to zoom in a little later. We've got this Gorham silver cups, anyone? Along with some sterling silver goodies, yes. And there's something else here in the bottom. And what is this? Oh, juicy 10-carat ring finds? Fancy. We're also going to be talking about your stories and how you can submit one of your stories to be part of this video. So let's have some fun with the first ever official gold and silver show. And holy crap, are these stage lights in front of me super bright. All right, we're going to talk some charts and then price action like right now. Like what would you get if you were to sell right now? All right, big story with silver. Got it up on the screen is this. Are you above or below 20% on silver? Last 20 years, it's been about split between the time spent between above and below 20 on silver. So that's one of the key points for me. When I look at buying, I really stay away when we start getting at that 23.50, 24 range. I kind of pump the brakes, and that's because a lot of times what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to make some quick hits on stuff, okay? Like for collecting, or if you're getting sets that you know are more than scrap or more than your quick 20% hit, okay, I get it. Then that makes sense. But 23.50, if I want to make the money now, I stay below that. Gold, the story is, can it break 2,000 and last? Since the Rona time, we have seen gold 4 times now try to breach that 2,000 mark. You're looking at mid-2020, 2022, and 2023 2 times, all right? I've played the gold market several times now with that exact same thing in mind, is when it gets to that 2,000 mark, and again, this is not me giving you advice, I'm telling you what I'm doing so you understand the author, so you see my point of view. I play gold and derivatives like crazy when the market gets at that 2,000 point. I'm always buying below, like, and not always say buying below, but I'm always trying to buy when stuff is around that 1,800 mark or lower, okay? Derivatives is all based on percentages. If we're talking stocks, equities, like that, same thing. But the equities, the stocks, derivatives that follow spot gold, I really look for saying, hey, look, I don't believe gold is going to hit that 2,000 and hold. So I've been playing that move. Now, recently, all right, and I'm talking about this year, 2023, we've seen gold 2 times make the move to hit that 2,000 mark. That's a strong attempt in a very short amount of time. Like when we look at the chart up here, right, you can see the first one, August 2020. And then March 2022, there was a good chunk of time. But look at this. 2 times right here went to it. But again, this move here didn't last. I made some money on that move, and I made some money on this move. This one I broke fairly even because I thought this one was really just going to start piercing on through. I thought we were going to hold gold at 2,000 for quite some time. We didn't. That move did not last at all. So once I saw that first one, I was like, all right, let's pump the brakes. And this was when everyone was freaking out, right, with all the lockdown stuff. So during all the lockdown stuff, that's when everyone was going crazy, going like, oh my gosh, store of value, where do we put our money, and so forth. So when I knew that like the scariest of news only brought the market to that's why I've been playing that $2,000 mark. Let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts on silver above or below 20? Are you worried about silver price action, or are you stacking for the long term? And what do you think of the gold 2,000 mark not being able to hold? Okay, now we're going to get into some interesting stuff, right? First things first, me. Jewelry stores, pawn shops for me are paying 70 to 80 cents to the dollar. So if you're buying some stuff and you're looking to flip it for scrap, 70, 80 cents to the dollar. That's at the street, okay? Now, when you're buying stuff, you're paying $4 over on spot usually for silver per ounce, $4 to $5. Now, finding stuff is not the easiest, and that's what we're going to get into next, okay? And we're going to talk about premiums and stuff like that for silver. Now, I watch auctions everywhere, okay? I watch auctions in terms of like proxy bid now. I watch eBay action because I look at gold and silver like this. It's a market that can trade 24/7. At 24/7, you could walk into a pawn store that's open 24/7 and you could get money for your gold. You cannot do that with stocks. And that's what sucks, right? That's when news breaks on the weekend as a stock person, you're like,
well, crap, can't do anything about it. I guess I just have to wake up at the butt crack at dawn on Monday and do some early, pre-market trading. Gold, you can get your money when you want. Okay, so if gold starts moving now, gold trading, right? The trading market that sets the price closes for the weekends. But the market to buy and sell is always there, right? Auctions are always there too. So let's follow some auctions on eBay just so I could show you what it's like on what I like to refer to as the retail lot, okay? So this one right here, this was 16.26 grams, all right? No junk really in there, no stones weighing it down, no BS like that. The stuff was marked very well, easy to see up on the screen. You can see the 10K Roma marks right there. So this was 16.26 grams. It came in at $418 plus $560 in shipping. So you're looking at $423. Okay, why couldn't they just gone to $420? So you're looking at $423, all right, for 16.26 grams. So let's go to our gold calculator here, and let's put in 16.26, okay? And now carats, we know it was 10 carats, so let's select that right here. This is telling us that spot for that is $423.94. So they essentially paid spot to have it delivered to their house. Now earlier I said, hey, look, when I buy it making a margin of 20%. So I like to buy 20, 80% below spot. Why? Because I know, right, if you ever need to sell it on eBay to get that quick, whatever, and I'm not talking about quick like you can do it now, but like, dude, if you want to fire off a bunch of auctions in like 3 days and get cash in your account, we're talking liquidity plays, right? This is a good way to do it. So this gives me a gauge on like, okay, if I really had to liquidate in a week, what could I do? I could get spot on eBay. Yes, I know you pay fees and so forth. Get my point though. We're talking spot for spot. We're eliminating taxes on this. Let's go to another auction here and see if the spot trend continues. Here's another one. This is for 8.8 grams, marked specifically for scrap or repair. All right, some thin marks in the rings, but you can see the markings right here very clearly. The pictures are very well marked, 10K, so you feel pretty safe on knowing what you're getting here. So you're looking at $3 plus this, so you're looking at $224 for 8.8 grams. Let's put our calculator in here and see 8.8, 229. So they're essentially paying spot. They're paying $5 under spot for this lot. So, I mean, gotta admit though, you are paying for some stone value here, okay? And now, granted, when you go to a pawn store, they're probably not gonna beat you up too much. They might not give you that 80% if they used to. They might dial it back a little bit because of the stonage on here, but you are paying for some extra weight that you're not going to get paid for. Now, on the silver side, I found this auction to be very, very interesting. And don't worry, we're going to start talking about your finds next and a couple of my recent finds and recent hits. And we're going to bring out some screen-and-screen camera with some close-up zoom-in action. Yes, everyone, we're going to be showing stamps and all goodiness today. This is sterling silver 925 scrap jeweler's bar. All right. So this bar is 160 grams. All right, now we're on the silver market. All right, so gold, we're seeing that the eBay market is tolerating spot essentially. Okay, pawn locations and jewelry stores out there paying 70, 80 cents a dollar. Some of them are lower. Don't even go. Whenever you go somewhere, shop around and see who's going to give you the best. Right, when it comes down to it, it's money. So let's check it out. So silver 925. All right. At 160.5 grams. So let's go to our silver calculator. So we're going to go to 160.5 purity. We are going to 925. And let me take a quick look at that lot right here. This is a jeweler's bar. So they paid $134 plus $5. So essentially they paid $140 for $106 worth of value. That's crazy. So now granted, there is more value to this because of the type of piece it is, but dude, like if you don't have the use for this and you have to scrap it, dude, you're out in the hole. So right here you can see the market is paying more. Now watch this one, okay? I watched this one too. This was 18 grams, a 925 silver. Usable lot, has some stonage in it, so the weight isn't completely silver, but the majority, overwhelming percentage of the majority is silver. So this is now 18 grams, and they paid $525 plus $21.60. So now this is jewelry grade, and not jewelry grade like, ooh, the fancy stuff, but jewelry grade this is usable stuff, okay? It's not like pure scrap, okay? Looking at this here, they paid $26 for 18 grams. And I get it. You could wear it. But check this out. Let's put that in, okay? So let's put the 18 grams in, and you'll see why I'm bringing this up, okay? 18 grams, $11.92. $11.92, and they paid $26 for. That's crazy. So it's obvious. eBay market for some stuff, you're paying quite a bit over spot. So if you're buying somewhere and you're looking for a place to sell it, awesome. Rock on, my good man. You totally found it. Now, here's one I also wanted to show you. This one was $80, okay? $80 plus shipping. It was 58 grams. This was like a total junk lot here. Let's just zoom in just a little bit real quick here. All right, where'd she go? Okay, here we go. So this was $80, all right, for 58 grams. So let's put this in. 58 grams. They paid $80 for this. Look at that. Look at that. So if you're in... Now, granted, that's what you're seeing photo-wise. Is it the juiciest of stuff? I mean, I don't know. Like, it's... You know what I'm saying? Like, but look what they got for it. So if you're buying now silver out there that's jewelry grade, jewelry wearable. I hate saying jewelry grade because that has a totally different meaning. Wearable class jewelry. All right? You are getting more than $1 a gram for it. They paid $80 for $38 worth. You're talking almost paying $2 a gram right now. $2 a gram for silver on eBay. Now, some of these auctions, though, aren't going for crap. And let me show you something right quick. Why did this one not go for much, all right? This, hey, ends in 3 hours, 8 minutes. I watched this one, was a total dud. Reason it was a total dud, you're paying for stonage weight. So I don't give a crap if you're marking down that this is 22.68 grams of silver. Look at all the stone you got. What's the weight? You're paying for so much of that. And again, so if it's not marked right, okay, if the pictures aren't juicy, if you're paying for a lot of stone weight, there's no value. But if your pictures are good, you're not paying for junk stone weight, you're showing the stampings on here, you're good to go. You're going to get dollar for dollar spot on eBay as a seller. Sterling, you're paying more than $1, sometimes up to $2 if we're talking about vintage sterling silver jewelry. Trick, big time supporter of the channel, starts us off and says, Klaus, I was at an auction in 2010, very small in a village, about a dozen people there, no internet. I spotted a Beatles catalog on the table, signed by all four in ink. I'm getting the chills on this one. Now I'm thinking this thing is going to fly. If I got a for grand, hey, happy day. So the bidding started £10. I'm thinking, here we go. I'm waiting for others to start bidding, and I'm waiting. No other effer bid. I put up my hand at £15 and boom, got it. Sold it the following day for $2,000. Luck of the Irish, Klaus. Slancha. I hope I'm saying that right, Trick. Wow. Great story to lead us off. And Trick shows us a little bit of his collection. Got some silverware. Ooh, we talked about that here on the live stream, didn't we, kind sir? Love to see it. Now, Trick is also going to share something else with us, all right? And then we got a couple more stories, and I'm going to show you some juicy finds. Klaus, my friend, here's some of my collection. I wanted to share this one with you. The Rolex Sea Dweller was a bargain. Bought that a few years ago for $1,200. I'd get $8,000 and above for it. That's this one right here. Juicy. Look at this. Oh, yeah, let's just keep zooming in because this thing is a frickin' work of art. You can see how sharp the milling is here. I mean, that is sharp, and it might not technically even be milling. God, if that was casting, that'd be nuts. That is sharp. You can see it right there on the edges as I zoom in. Oh, Trick, good stuff. I'm looking forward to the gold and silver show. Should be fun. I can only send 6 attachments at a time, so I'll send you 5 or 6 emails. Trick, you have given me content for a while. Now, I responded back to Trick, and I was like, dude, wait till you see what slipped through my fingers. And I sent it to him on an email. And if you stay to the end, I'm going to share with you on how you can email me your finds to be part of the show. Check this out. Local auction. 10 karat gold finger pinky ring. Sold for $6.50. $6.50. I have a gold pinky ring in my bag of goodies. We're going to fire up the jeweler scale so I can show you what one similarly would have gone for. Someone made a killing here. So now why didn't I nab this one and why did I catch one later? Kid you not. Wife and I were sitting here, had a little bit of glass of wine, all right, hanging out. And I'm like, yo, I am going for this gold. There was like no one going for it with like 30 minutes left. And I'm like, dude, come on now, man. I go and I tell my wife, I'm like, look, I'm going to put in a bid of $40. No one's bidding on it. If I don't get, don't really care. I was looking at other stuff on the auction. I go, I key in my 40, didn't work. I'm like, what? So I keyed in again, like it wasn't letting me do it. I'm like, what the hell? Okay, so I changed my mind. I changed my bid amount to like 30, thinking, okay, maybe it's something weird table where it's tiered up. I'm like, nope, didn't work. I got the blue circle. I don't know if there were so many people going in, and apparently not, because it sold for $650. But now into more of your stories, and then we're gonna do some cool finds at the end. Jeremy, a massive supporter of the show, chimes in with some finds of his own. A neighbor gave me these to throw in a garage sale we were having a couple years ago. Looks like they were made for the Hiltons. Not bad for free till the nets are full. Thank you, Jeremy, for sharing. Now, Jeremy went kind of, I don't know, I want to say maybe above and beyond, but he gave us some stamping photos. But first, let's check this out. I love the patina on this. I do. I love the patina, and I love the Hilton H on the handles. Now, I emailed Jeremy. I said, hey, look, was this H on here? Was this affixed to it, or was this part of the casting? He said part of the casting. Zooming in a little bit more, you could see right here, it is part of the casting. That's part of what I like to look for, okay? Especially when I'm looking at logos, monograms, and so forth. I want to make sure that everything matches, right? That it's not super crisp edges here, right, in the monogram, but the rest of it is all worn out, smoothed over. I'm thinking, whoa, did you just monogram something fake? Like, what's going on, my man? See what other photos got. Ooh, I like this. Cursive Hilton. Now, would any of you out there be willing to guess and think that this is made for the Hiltons in terms of, I guess, bulk guestware for some of their nicer hotels? I mean, this is really nice. I mean, like you wouldn't see hotels do this. Why? Because people steal all the time, right? I mean, like, dude, like if you saw stuff was like, man, they'd be pocketing that stuff left and right. But love the patina on it. Love the share. Mr. Irrigation, you are next. And Jeremy and others, stick around because we're going to be talking exactly that, stamping sterling marks. So we're going to bring out the zoomed in camera. I'm excited. Mr. Irrigation hits us up and says, 1889 CC Morgan dollar, often considered the key to a collection. This coin was used when it was minted, so finding an uncirculated one will set you back a chunk. I once bought one at a local coin shop for $100. Had it sent to PCGS, and it came back VG10. I was picking the coin up, and the phone rang, and someone calling looking for an 89cc. The owner put him on hold, offered me $460 to sell it back to him. I did. This one is a better grade, worth $2K, just over $1K, 350,000 minted. Also, an 1894 Pete Morgan dollar, only 110,000 minted. I believe this is the lowest minted business strike Morgan of the series. It's about 900. Now, Mr. Irrigation is a big collector of key date goodies. American Buffalo 999 fine gold. Love it. And the higher the resolution of photos y'all take, the better we can get in on juicy deets like that. Let's see what else you got for us, Mr. Irrigation. Oh, yes. Yes, the Morgan dollar 100. And what I really dig about these is I dig the design and I dig the detail, right? Coming through the hair. And a lot of times, you'd say, is the detail necessary? Well, no, it's not. Like, they didn't have to put just this little bit of detail right here, but they did. And it's just these little details that just separate apart. And also, nice crispiness. Love it. You could just see jagged edges, right? That's like, and I'm not talking about like jagged edges from like just like juncture. I'm talking like jagged edges because it hasn't been like handled and it hasn't been like rounded over. It's crispiness, right? I guess it's the best way to describe it. So Mr. Irrigation, help us out. And by the way, what are you into down below? Are you into key dates? Are you into scrap? Are you into flipping, collecting? Now let's start talking about some of my finds, and we're going to go screen in screen with the zoomed in camera this time. Remember in the earlier segment, I showed you that 10-carat pinky ring? Well, check it out. I've got one right here, verifying it for y'all, all right? The pinky says, a little tight on me, okay? But check it out, and I got a surprise for you. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, yes, he did. That's a jeweler's scale. Let's put that bad boy up on here, and let's see what we get. We get 5.03 grams. I put that in my gold and silver calculator. 100 $631. Yes, everyone, that ring went for $6.50, worth $130. So there are finds out there. Now let's start going over some of my, hey, I gotta get used to this, my recent finds. Remember that juicy bull in the beginning? Let's go over the juicy finds. So this gold ring, all right, online only auction, legit pictures, check it out. This is 10 karat gold, 15.6 grams. Let's get a little bit of lookage here, easy stamp. Not my taste, very worn down. Remember earlier I said, hey, one of the things I'm looking for is edges. You can see the edges on this are worn down. So for me, yes. Could you wear it? Of course. You could gladly wear it. Bigger pinky ring right there, you know, kind of circa 1970s pimpola action. It is stamped very, very clearly. It might be hard for me to get on the camera. Let's see if I can get you guys a good stamp right here. Where is it? Right in there. You can see it. Yep. Right in there, there's a good 10 karat stamp right there. I paid 50 cents to the dollar for this ring. Like I said, online auction only, very rurally. I did really, really good with that one. Now, what I also wanted to show you was this, okay? I got a lot of 3 different pieces, all right? And we're going to swap out scales here. And for you ASMR fans, guess what? I still have the blue protective tape on my scale. So let's fire up the scale. Now, this is towel sterling, all right? I got this lot for 30 bucks, okay? And that was with fees and everything, okay? So this is 50 grams of silver right here. I also got more juicy silver that came with the lot, which is this right here, along with, hold on, where did it go? My candle snuffer, all right? And this is what I want to ask from you guys. Candle snuffer. All right, here you go. Candle snuffer on the big screen right here. All sterling, all marked, juicy goodiness, okay? So my thinking is this. These forks, okay, and we've seen, as I've showed you on eBay, okay, when you are selling stuff that is marked, stuff where the photos are very easy to see, and I'm trying to get it to zoom in here for you. Let me get my finger right here. All right, now you can see the mark. All right, there's the sterling mark. And what we learned on these eBay ads, okay, is that if you are marking things down, you take pictures, your stamping matches, everything looks good, okay? This is sterling silver right here, okay? Little bit of tarnish, not too worried about it. Good scrap piece, right? So I would be getting more than what I paid for the lot with this. Just this. So my question to you would be, okay, so if you've got these extra pieces that came with it, little miniature spreader, again, it is marked 925 on this one as well. It is marked actually right there. It's going to be hard to zoom in on this one. Let me see if I can get you a little bit better look here. There we go. You can see the markings right there. Right there, you can see it. All right, so I got this. Like I said, $30 came for the lot. I got that. And I also got this right here. And again, marked sterling. I'll see if I can get it. It's marked sterling on the rim. And that's where you got to be real careful. You got to know where to look for these markings. You can see it right there when it pops into zoom. Right there. There's some writing right on the rim. Right. So what my question to you is, what do I do with this? Do I sell it? Do I sell the scrap, right? Make up the lot? Do I hold on to it? It goes back to our earlier conversation. What are you looking to make on your hits? Now, this I wanted to share with you because I do really, really good with these. These are Gorham silver cups, okay? And this one is engraved Nellie Ann, May 13th, 1934. Hey, check me out in the green screen behind. Look, I can even wave. All right. This is the size of the cup right here. This is a bit more significant. And what I like about these cups is there's 2 ways to look at it. Okay? Detail, all right? And obviously we're talking condition, obviously, all right? Condition making an equal. Detail and weight, okay? This cup, not a lot of detail, okay? I mean, it's really not, right? I mean, you don't see much fancy, etching in the handle, nothing like that. You see some of the cast marks right here, but I mean, it's nothing too juicy, But this is a heavier cup, right? So this is going to be more on the weight action for you. So let's see what this bad boy comes out to. 85 grams. So my question to you would be this. Would I be able to sell this on eBay for $85 or more? We've seen on eBay, right, that stuff that's marked goes for more than $1, right, per gram. And if I'm sitting here with 84, it's got all its markings and everything on here. And in fact, see if I can share with you the bottom one. Let me get my scale out of the way so y'all can see this a little bit better. It's right up on the top right here. And again, you got to know what you're looking for. And I'm trying to get it to focus in on the camera. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, it's even better. Now that is juicy. You just saw it come into focus. Sorry about that. That's a better look at it. Right there, you can see it. That's the sterling mark. So my question to you is, what do I do with these juicy finds? Do we take these juicy finds and do we, I don't know, throw a few of them on eBay, see if the price strategy holds true? Do we hold on to them, wait for the values to go up? Either way, there are finds out there. 50 cents to the dollar, 10 karat gold. One piece, and the rest of it is just going to be profit. Now, I know some of these aren't big hits, but don't worry, we will be showing you some big hits. They just have to make their way into our nice antique bowl right here. I went to an auction yesterday, well, digitally went to an auction, and I did fairly well. Got to go today and pick up some goodies. There's an auction also happening tonight. Lots of silver in tonight's auction. Lots of silver, lots of silver. But I'm super excited to share this kind of stuff with you and where to find this stuff. Now, Trick mentioned in one of the emails, he said, Klaus, one of the best places to find deals out there is stuff that's mismarked. And that goes both ways, okay? I saw a lot out there that had stuff that was marked as sterling, but it had an A1 at the end of the name. And I'm trying to, I think it was Rogers Bros A1. That is not sterling. That's plated, right? That's their prime plated. If you see star A1, and not star is the Cassie mark, but star to the right of the name, oh yeah, you got to be careful because that is plated. So the whole idea of finding bargains at auctions, yeah, totally possible. Totally possible. Yes, lots of things are mismarked at auctions. Yes, you are going to run into problems where you're going to have data and connectivity issues. And look how small that knife is. See, I told you, it is tiny, tiny everything, man. Isn't that crazy? But I love this stuff. I love vintage silver. Love vintage silver. Especially in the South, man. Got a lot of that out here. But yeah, stuff can be mismarked, so it can work both in your favor and against you. So that's why for me, I like buying at 80% of spot. That way, if I ever needed to liquidate my holdings, I could at least break even on it, knowing that my local jewelers are going to pay that. Now, obviously, I know I could get more if what everyone, yes, I sell online, or if I had my own store where I sold to stackers, collectors, and flippers. I don't know, maybe a store called the Spot Room where, I don't know, I sell jewelry, functional stuff, and scrap, and smelted down goodies. Ooh, gears are spinning up here. But I told you at the end, if you stuck around, I'm going to share with you how you can participate in this show. Now, you can't do this on a mobile phone, okay? You have to do it on a PC. Go to YouTube, go to the channel page, okay? And you're going to see like all these different tabs where it's like community, about, and so forth. Go to the about tab, and in the middle, there's going to be a thing where it says show email. You just got to click on that button, and boom, my email will pop in there. Send me some photos along with a juicy story, cool find. It doesn't always have to be grand. Sometimes it's the story that's more important, more fun. But send me a couple photos along with a brief story. In the subject line, put gold and silver. If you don't put gold and silver in the subject line, I'm probably not going to read it because I get tons and tons of emails and I need to keep them separate for the show. So send me some stories. Like I said, I got to pick up my winnings from last night. I'm going to be showing you some more sterling silver goodies, and I've got a story because oh my, was it a battle last night, and it sets us up for the battle today because the gentleman I was battling last night in the auctions is also battling me for the goodies that are happening today, ending tonight. So, but I believe I may have caught him because I did split up a series of silverware items, and they're engraved, which means if you don't have the whole set, you got to start looking at scrap value. If you have the whole set, well, then you get a lot more than scrap, don't you? I hold the other half of the set. Now, what am I doing? You know what I'm doing. I'm going to grab my somewhere, going to grab some auction finds. You cool cats, find me with the emails. I'll catch y'all later.